guys, I'm Eileen. In this video, I want to talk about wearing designer pieces or luxury bags to work. I think some people might feel quite conscious about wearing expensive pieces to work because the workplace is where you want to keep things professional and you might not want your co-workers to perceive you in a certain way based on what you wear. In fact, I do avoid wearing designer logos or a monogram bag to a job interview because I don't want these pieces to distract the people whom I might work with in the future. I want the highlight to be on me, my portfolio, or what I can bring to the company. So I feel like if my outfit is too out there, it could potentially divert the attention to the wrong place. I mean, I do have a soft spot for luxury items, but that doesn't define me as a person. Me carrying an Hermes Birkin 25, for example, is just a snapshot of me and my life, and there are many other sides of me which I prefer to portray to the company first. Now, some people might say there's nothing wrong with being yourself and wearing whatever you want. I think there's some truth in it, but I feel like as much as we try not to judge a book by its cover, we all tend to do it to a certain extent because humans are just very visually sensitive. So at least for the sake of first impression in a professional setting, I personally would prefer to stay more low-key until people get to know me a bit better. And just to share a little story with you guys, a while ago I went for a job interview. My outfit was semi-smart and everything was quite low-key, but I did wear the Valentino Rockstar flats. And I remember the manager came out to say hi, and the first thing she said to me was, "Valentino, nice shoes." To be fair, my outfit was quite sleek that day, but I did feel quite conscious about what she said to me. The thing is, if someone said the same thing to me on the street, I would be quite happy. But I don't know, I just didn't want to be labeled as the woman with designer shoes in a job interview. So if I ever have to go for another job interview, I think this time I'll go for something quite plain but classy, such as these Jimmy Choo Romy flats. It might just be me being too sensitive, so please let me know if you're quite careful with your outfit selection for a job interview. As I get to know my co-workers a bit better, we naturally talk about things on a more personal level, such as family, hobbies, embarrassing stories, and whatnot. Even though I never really actively talk about my passion for luxury items, I do feel more comfortable wearing designer pieces around them now. I feel like that's because we've moved past the first impression stage and I've established myself a bit more. Therefore, I'm more ready for them to know a bit more about the non-professional side of me. I'm not sure if you agree with this, but I feel like a woman carrying a luxury bag tends to get more comments or even judgment compared to a man driving a very nice car. The funny thing is though, it seems like leasing a very expensive car is considered the norm. It's something a lot of people do and we kind of think it's how it's supposed to be. In the UK, 80% of the new cars are financed or leased. Now, I'm not here to be judgmental because I leased my car many years ago as well, but after reading a lot into personal finance, I realized I paid so much more for a brand new car. Thankfully, it's still working perfectly fine, so I am certainly going to drive it to the ground. And even when the day comes and I have to replace my car, I don't think I will buy another brand new car. Anyway, my point is, cars depreciate in value incredibly quickly, but somehow when we take out a loan to finance a very fancy car, that often is considered okay by society standard. But when someone carries a designer bag, it can raise some eyebrows. Now, I'm not saying designer bags are assets. They go down in value just like any other consumer's products. But what I'm referring to here is we all have different passion and we like to splurge on different things. But when your passion is designer handbags or luxury shoes, it's more likely to get questioned or criticized. Now, I'm really not here to say if you should or shouldn't wear designer brands to work, because every work setting is so different. For example, if you are a fashion blogger, carrying a different designer bag every day is just part of the job. Meanwhile, if you're working from home, you might not even need a bag for work. So just do whatever feels comfortable for you. In fact, about 2 years ago, a subscriber told me she was quite hesitant about carrying a certain designer bag to work because she didn't want to carry something that was nicer than her manager's bag. Now, for all we know, the manager might not really care, but it was a bit awkward for her, so she decided not to carry the bag to the office. I completely respect that. After all, office politics unfortunately do exist, and some people just prefer not to be in the spotlight for reasons which are not work-related. If you're wondering about what I carry as a work bag, I don't usually carry designer bags to work, mainly because I have to carry a lot, so I just really need a workhorse. Also, the lockers at my workplace are not big enough to fit everything, so carrying something a bit more affordable just gives me that peace of mind. So previously, I was carrying or using this Longchamp La Plage bag in the size large, which I still really love, but this is now not big enough to carry everything I need. So since last year, I've been using this travel bag, which I got from Eileen. This is perfect for travel because it is very lightweight and it's also waterproof. However, in the last 12 months, we've not been able to go away much, so then I thought this might actually make the perfect work bag for me. Like I said, I carry a lot for work and this bag fits everything. As you can see, I have my lunchbox on one side, and on the other side there's a bag organizer which carries my water bottle, my retainer box, a small umbrella, and a small pouch for feminine products. I also have my laptop on the other side, and inside the zip pocket I've got my Louis Vuitton mini pochette, the Louis Vuitton coin purse, and my Chanel wallet. And on the other side, I've got another pouch and my sunglasses. There's also an outside pocket where I keep my phone and my keys for easy access. I really love that the shoulder strap is fully adjustable, and there's also a shoulder pad which makes carrying a very heavy bag a lot more comfortable. Every now and again, I do wonder if I should get a nice designer bag for work, and I've been looking at a few options. So one of them is the Dior Book Tote in the black calf leather. However, this bag doesn't come with a shoulder strap, which is a very desirable feature for me, seeing I carry so much. I then look at the Louis Vuitton On The Go in the black emprunt leather. However, both these bags are open totes, which is not ideal for me. I just feel like there's not a lot of privacy there. Now, it's not like anyone would look inside my bag to see what I carry anyway, but I just prefer to have that element of security. One of my colleagues used to carry the Louis Vuitton Neverfull to work, and there had been a few times when the bag toppled over and things got pretty messy. So at least for me, I just prefer to have a zipper for my work bag. As for now, I really enjoy using the Eileen travel bag for work, so I'm not rushing to buy anything expensive. If you don't have to carry a lot for work and you're looking for something quite low-key, have a look at this Cuyana leather tote. I love that it comes with a zipper because it just makes everything so much more secure. There's no logo or any kind of recognizable element on this bag, but there's an option to personalize the bag if you want to add your initials, but that's not my cup of tea. They also offer a good selection of small leather goods. For example, this round coin purse is quite a good alternative to the Louis Vuitton coin purse if you're looking for something quite understated. In terms of jewelry, I usually prefer dainty pieces for work. So I wear this Cartier Love ring pretty much every day. This is in rose gold and with diamond pave. I usually stack it with my wedding ring and I think they go very well together. Even though this piece has quite a bit of sparkles to it, for some reason I feel very comfortable wearing it. So it doesn't matter if I'm working, traveling or exercising. I wear this ring pretty much every day. I've actually received a lot of compliments about this ring at work, and usually I'll just casually say it's a kind, sweet gesture from my husband for our wedding anniversary. Most days, I also wear this Van Cleef and Arpels necklace with the sweet Alhambra pendant in rose gold. I love that this is very dainty and it doesn't look over the top for any kind of setting. So I love having this piece on. In fact, I now prefer dainty and delicate necklaces. So I've been looking at several other options, such as this Adina Rayter necklace. I think the design is so interesting but very simple and it should be perfect for everyday wear. Other than that, I don't usually wear a watch or bracelets for work because of the nature of my job. So overall, seeing I now know my colleagues pretty well, I don't intentionally avoid wearing designer pieces, but most days I do look more on the low-key side for the reasons of practicality. And what about you guys? Do you wear designer brands to work? Do you feel conscious? Or are you someone who is quite willing or ready to express yourself fully and unapologetically, even when you're quite new to a job? Please share your thoughts down below. I think it'll be so interesting to see what everyone says about this topic. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching and don't forget to share, like and subscribe. I will see you in my next one. Have a nice day.